New details are coming in. If you guys don't know, he was going to an investor meeting. John Wick pulled up on him, bang, 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 bang. And the next thing we know, well, baby, let's just say he didn't make that investor meeting. Now, it is conflicting reports about whether the investor meeting happened. They said it started minutes, released early. Who cares? They are now saying that he was targeted. They have a fingerprint. There is a manhunt. But what's more, do you know that he got sent a warning at his house at 7 p.m. the night before? But get this, it wasn't his actual house, it was his ex wife's house. On top of that, many people are saying that when you look at the video of John Wick, because nobody is turning him in, especially for $10,000. Come on, that's not even going to get you a few bottles at Tao in New York City. You're gonna have to add a couple more zeros. United Healthcare, you literally are a $1 billion industry. Is this all your CEO's life is worth? Oh God, who knew? Anyway, right? Let's get into this because there are so many new details coming up. I am tripping over them. Now, let me just say this. The wife's reaction was very weird. I'm not saying she did it. I am saying that she said, yeah, he mentioned that, like, he had received, like, a death threat, and then that's it. Who comes home from an office job saying, "Yo, they trying to murk me," and you're just like, "Oh, really? Okay, well, let's move on." Okay, let's get into this. Where do you guys want to start? Let's start with the things that are not adding up. Again, you guys, we have a a new Scooby Doo mystery. Now, and it is salt and purse to the family. It is sad whenever anybody loved one actually um meets a tragic end. However, United Healthcare is known for denying claims from cancer victims from this and for that. Is the CEO responsible for that? No. I am saying that TikTok, Twitter, and half of YouTube really don't care that the evil empire is falling. It appears America is getting into their eat the rich era. Okay, so let's get into the new details and updates. Okay, one, according to Jennifer Carpenter, the plot thickens, leaving behind more and more clues for the police to follow. So it seems like this person wants to get caught. I would think the FBI will be opening an assistance case in this matter since the case involves criminal activity in multiple states. Here is the information. The Minnesota home of Brian Thompson was targeted with fake bomb threats. The threat came in only after Brian Thompson, or came in only hours after Brian Thompson was bang banged, right? A bomb squad went to his home at about 7 p.m. I'm sorry. So this happened after, the night of his, I think I said it happened before. No, 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 no. It happened after the night of his passing. There was no bang bang. Uh, Ellie was also reportedly dispatched to the home of his estranged wife. He had and his two kids are with her. Reportedly, a woman in a Jeep Renegade put something in her mailbox, but nothing was found. Yeah, I know. On top of that, many executives are starting to believe that it was some type of assassination. This is wild. Listen
I
to
mean, we know it's premeditated. He was masked. He was armed. His gun jammed. He was sufficiently trained.
Waiting out a United Healthcare event where he knew the CEO would be. This is pretty scary. I have a lot of people a lot of friends who are in executive protection. Most companies are going to be ratcheting up until they understand a motive. And there's a gazillion at this stage, but we know it's not random, right? That's the one motive we know it's not, just given the place and the manner. Is it a personal thing? Is it related? Is it a disgruntled employee or ex-employee, or is it someone impacted by United Healthcare who goes after the CEO? The last, to me, is the scariest because every CEO is in the service industry, and if you're in the service industry, someone is pissed off at you. I'm shocked at this. Being reported is that it was a United Healthcare sort of stock meeting. Like, in other words, this is going to be your investors, that the CEO would come in through a public means.
Yeah.
Most of them are going to come in through a back room or whatever into the hotel or into the secure area. You don't have them going. So I don't know the details of sort of of his exposure, but that is
But what's more, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm mad at CEOs. This could have came from one of the investors. This could have been a setup. This could have been one of his billionaire friends mad that he played around with the stock market. Don't believe me? Listen to this.
United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was fatally shot in Manhattan. I believe that Brian Thompson was targeted. This was an assassination. But why? Well, I'm sure a lot of theories are going to come out over the next couple days as what this guy was into. But one of the ones that's not really been talked about, and it's really hard to find out, obviously, because he was shot, was that United Healthcare and Brian Thompson, the CEO, they were all under investigation from the DOJ. The DOJ is suing United Healthcare because they are trying to buy Amnodize, which is the giant home healthcare company. That's not why investors and people of power would be upset. The reason that they are upset is because United Healthcare knew that it was coming under investigation, and instead of calling its investors and the people that are invested in their company and letting them know, hey, this investigation's coming down the pipe, you probably should sell your stock, CEO Brian Thompson and Chief Accounting Officer Tom Ruse had sold all their stock off. Actually, a lawsuit from an unnamed defendant against Brian Thompson and United Healthcare as a whole for doing this exact thing and causing the plaintiff, who again is unnamed, to lose millions and millions of dollars. Saying that United Healthcare was aware of the DOJ investigation since at least October 2023, and instead of disclosing the material investigation to investors and the public, United Health sold more than $120 million of personally held United Healthcare shares. 4 months between learning about the DOJ investigation and the investigation becoming public, United Health Chairman Stephen Hensley sold over $102 million of his personally held United Healthcare shares, and Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, sold over 15 million of his personal shares, stating that they had purchased United Health common stock at an artificially inflated price during the class period and suffered damages as the result of violations of the federal securities laws alleged here. All of these stock sales and all of this investigation stuff actually happened in 2023, but the truth did not come out about it until February 27, 2024, when the Wall Street Journal reported that the DOJ had reopened its antitrust investigation into United Health. As a result of the disclosure, the price of United Health stock declined by $27 per share, erasing nearly $25 billion in shareholder revenue. In the first part of December, and the CEO of United Health, who made a ton of money off this whole deal by basically inflating and then dumping the stocks, is now dead. I'd be pretty pissed off too. I don't know that I'd go murderous, but I'd be pretty mad. I'm just saying.
That's right. He was being investigated by the Department of Justice for violating antitrust laws and was also being sued for not disclosing the investigation to investors before the media reported on it, causing investors to lose hundreds of millions of dollars. It's not over. There's even more going on because people are saying that it seems like he actually wants to get caught. Now, why he would want to be caught, I don't know. Okay. Now here's the thing. This is very important. One, many people are saying that the guy's wearing Hermes shoes. I don't know. He could or could not. I do know that in the videos they're showing us, the backpacks are 2 different colors. Again, what does this mean? I don't know. But John Wick has many different names. On top of this, they said CNN is reporting the suspected gunman who fatally shot United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson used a fake New Jersey's driver's license to check into an Upper West Side hostel. Okay, does this not sound a bit John Wickish? They released images of an unmasked person of interest wanted in questioning over the murking. Detectives believe that the gunman operated in a way that suggested he was an experienced marksman. You guys know the words delay and depose were found on a live round shell casing. According to law enforcement, authorities also found a phone and water bottle that may have been dropped by the gunman. If this man is making fake IDs, doing literally carving on bullet casings, deny, deflect, and what is it? Deny, delay, and depose, which is what healthcare industry leaders were exposed as doing, so they didn't have to barely pay out victims. Do you really honestly think this man is leaving fingerprints on a phone and water bottle? Please. Anyway, police were able to get 1 fingerprint off the water bottle, but it's smudged. Again, the police always try to smoke out people with like false stories. I don't believe they have a fingerprint because I think if they had a fingerprint, They would have never said anything. I think they're trying to make the gunman. I think they're trying to make the gunman nervous and hope that he gets nervous and he comes back and tries to show himself and then they can catch him. You're not slick. They're saying the shooter's motive is unclear. To take down Brian. What are you talking about? He literally wrote deny, delay, and depose. Get out of here. But a source told CNN that United Healthcare's parent company, America's largest insurance company, was aware of threats against its executive. If they were aware of threats against the executive, then why didn't they actually get him security? Yo, isn't that wild? He made all that money representing a heartless, and I mean heartless, um, uh, company. And the way the healthcare industry moves is grimy. And then they treat you just like they do everybody else. They didn't care about your life. They just literally were like, oh, you getting okay, cool. And then that's it. And again, what was he getting threats for? If you guys know what he's getting threats for, then why don't you actually just say something? Again, I don't think the police have anything. I really think they're just trying to smoke this guy out. And let me say, United Healthcare, well, at least we know they're the same across the table. They just don't care. But you guys, there's also new information too. Okay. Okay. So he used a fake ID to check into the hostel. And also, does a fake ID have his picture? Or did he just have his prosthetic nose and was like, hey, I'm John Wick? Has anybody seen John Wick Compton? Again, the NYPD has searched Central Park for the missing gray backpack, but they have not yet found it. What? Again, they launched a massive search into Central Park looking for the gray backpack. Again, if you can't find the gray backpack, maybe he just turned his backpack inside out and that's why it looked black and now it looks gray. I'm just saying, where else could it be unless he gave it or threw it away in a garbage can? I dare the police to go through the garbage while the rats are literally going to fight them. I really want to know. Okay, so police deployed a mobile field forces to conduct the grid search, looking through garbage cans, dumpsters, and bushes in search of the missing backpack. But despite the expensive search, investigators have not located the backpack and do not know what was inside the backpack or even if it contained the weapon. Okay, the search was initiated after detectives reviewed the video from the security camera of the man they believed to be the suspect leaving the park through West 77th Street, no longer wearing a backpack seen on the shooter before the shooting when he ordered a bottle of water at Starbucks. So, I forgot to tell y'all, he went to Starbucks moments before. Again, I don't think the person in that video they're showing is the same person because, anyway, they're also saying he rode into the park on an electric bicycle. Um, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, the video shows what appears to be a suspect in the United Healthcare CEOs. Again, I see the video, and I'm not going to lie, he's going by the mountains of garbage on the New York street. But the thing is, in the video, he looks like he is wearing a black jacket, but in the other video, it distinctly looks like it's some sort of grayish or greenish color. I don't know. Anyway, you guys, let's just go into the timeline. The surveillance image appears to show the suspect at 6:15 a.m. Leaving the 57th Street F train station before the murking. The image was recorded at 6:15 a.m. Investigators believe that the suspect may have taken a subway to the Upper West Side of Midtown. That is the most New York thing I know. Even your assassin jumps on the train because getting an Uber or driving and the New York traffic, you just can't allow that. 6:17 a.m. A video at a nearby Starbucks shows the assailant buying a bottle of water and 2 energy bars. Wow, he needed his energy. Roughly 30 minutes before the shooting. 6:30 a.m. Surveillance video captured what appears to be a gunman on the gunman on the phone. Again, I don't think they have the right person because the jackets look 2 different colors. Thompson walked toward the Hilton Midtown after leaving his hotel across the street. The masked gunman was lying in wait outside the Hilton as he made his way to the hotel to attend his company's annual investor conference. The gunman came up behind him, shot him in the back. And NYPD Chief of Detectives Joe Kinney said when he walked toward Thompson and he continued to let off all the rounds, stopping to clear a gun jam before firing him again. Oh, he wanted to make sure this was a message. Yeah. So these factors are aiding and hindering police as they search for the United Healthcare CEO's killer. Um, what's working in their favor? They have photos and video, possible witnesses at a hostel in Manhattan, potential sources of DNA and other ID, and hints about the shooter's thoughts. Okay. That they wrote on the what do you call it? Shell casings, delay and depose. These are the factors working against the police. Evasion. Footage shows the suspect rode a bike towards Central Park shortly after the shooting. Um, who have not mentioned any footage of him after that. He also could have taken steps in the park to evade detection, such as changing into a different set of clothes. Ooh, that would have been smart. But what different set of clothes can you change into in Central Park during the winter? Could you, unless he had already hidden in Central Park, or he does seem skilled because how do you know there was zero footage around Central Park? Oh, it's more. Also, a needle in the haystack. The biggest challenge for the NYPD, McCabe, and police have said is tracing the movements of one person in a city populated by more than 8 million people. I 100% do not think that this man is still in New York City. For him to be this attention to detail and plan it out and even have a fake ID and it was in New Jersey, he's not in New York City anymore. Or maybe he is. Anyway, you guys, I would say if anybody knows anything to contact, but you know what? We're going to let the universe play this one out. For anybody that's ever been denied a medical claim, again, thoughts and prayers to this man's family, but United Healthcare need, because even their CEOs, you knew that there were credible threats against this man and you still gave him no security. Man, these healthcare companies don't care about anyone, not even their own. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later.